I'm gonna keep it fully real with y'all. The main reason I haven't been posting any videos aside from shorts, I've been enjoying myself. Tekken is a stressful game. I just wanted a break. I've been on stream playing Devil May Cry.
Be there tonight. You're not coming in.
I will smack the dog shit out of you, my guy. I did it anyway. I am now. Look at that. And I'm gonna keep it real when it comes to Tekken as well. I understand this is a very infuriating game. Some of the top players explain how stressful of a game this is, but that's not the point. The point is, I kinda have the self-awareness to be honest enough to explain what I know I'm doing wrong. I may be struggling with how to fix it, but I can at least pinpoint what I'm doing wrong. So I'm gonna let you know right now, if you are Mr. Perfect and you have never made a mistake when it comes to Tekken ever, this video is not for you, right? You can skip and find something else to watch. But if you can at least be honest with yourself and say, hey, I too struggle with Tekken, this might be the video for you. And I'm not gonna attack you. If anything else, this is gonna be a different type of video. I'm gonna be attacking myself. I'm gonna be breaking down the things that I've come to acknowledge are my problems when trying to improve and get better at Tekken, right? If you enjoy this type of video, let me know in the comments, hit the sub button, I'll wait. So no, I'm not gonna do that. But let's really get down into this video and I'm gonna break down the issues that I have when playing Tekken. My personal issues, not with the game. First point, which is probably gonna be the main point, I'm inconsistent. Actually, more so that I'm consistently inconsistent. And I can show you. I don't even have to play a match. I can show you in the replays, right? You can see right here, majority of my matches are either 0-3s, 3-0s, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? These count, all right? A lot of 3-0s, 0-3s, maybe an occasional 3-1s, but then you'll also see a lot of 3-2s or 2-3s. Majority of the 3-2s, I can assure you, this is why I say I'm consistently inconsistent. You'll think, okay, you know, you were having a rough start, but you came back, you just couldn't finish. No, what happened was I was the one that was up 2-0 in the match and then could not finish the job and ended up getting reverse 3-0'd, right? That's how that ended up happening, right? I can just off memory. This is perfect example of one of them. This was another one where I finally figured it out, but it was too late, right? Another 3-2 where I was up 2-0 and then lost 3 in a row. Both of these were that way. I was up 2-0 with a fat life lead, couldn't get the job done. Right? They came back, reverse 3-0'd me, lost both matches in that set. Same way with this, just, you know, either 3-0, 0-3. Right? That's what I mean when I say I'm consistently inconsistent. And I know there's ways around that, right? When it comes to my play style, that's how I enjoy playing. I'll play defense, right? Because I'm not just, I'll be honest, once again, I have my moments where yes, I do mash, but majority of my playstyle tends to be, I'm gonna wait until you mess up and then I'm gonna start my offense with that punish and then keep going until I get punished. Sometimes they never figure it out. Sometimes it might look a little bit more back and forth, but I will take the momentum from that first initial punishment and keep going until I win the round. So if I get to a point where it's down to the wire and I mess up and it's back to me being on defense, I'm so far in my head of like, I should have killed them there, right? They should be dead. I messed up, right? I'm starting to overthink the situation a little bit, that I'm like now forcing myself into situations where I have life lead. I could just stay back and do the same thing I did to start my offense in the first place and just play back, play behind until I get another opening and then play from there and win the match. But I'll get so caught up that I'm like, no, they have to be dead right now. I have to have them on the floor. I need to see this KO screen right now that I get too greedy, my defense starts getting a little shaky, and then I end up losing matches like this where I could be up 2 rounds, have a fat life lead in the last round, and still end up throwing the whole round away and then the whole game away because I'm so far in my own head of like, I gotta get back. I can't let them do this to me, right? I have to get my get back. Then now it's too late. I already lost the whole match because I was so far in my own head that I lost the match, right? That's the first one. Now the second issue, it doesn't even really pertain to Tekken, but it still does. Sometimes I might struggle to take care of myself before I play Tekken. Meaning, when you watch like UFC fights, you'll hear about the training regimen that they went to, right? They'll talk about the training regimen. They'll talk about maybe they were a couple pounds underweight for the weight requirement of the fight. Sometimes they might be overweight and have to cut. So sometimes nutrition may be a part of what they have to deal with when preparing for the fight. That's one of my main problems when I'm playing Tekken. I don't eat. I got food right now, right? If I really wanted to eat, I got my food right here. And I don't even know if I'm playing Tekken after all of this. But that's just one of my problems. I forget to eat. I be playing Tekken hungry, and you know when you get hungry, sometimes you get hangry, right? You get angry hungry, where it's like you need food right now, but you're so invested in the game sometimes you don't want to put it down. No, sometimes you might need to put it down. Sometimes you may need that break just to refresh your mind, get something in your system, so that way you can come back with a stable mind, right? Fully nourished, no other problems. So then maybe if you're trying to hit a specific rank or you're just trying to practice something and it's not working, hopefully that time in between, maybe you can take that time to watch a YouTube video while you eat, or just, you know, if you care that much about Tekken, maybe you'll be thinking about it in your head, coming up with new ideas while you eat, so that by the time you're done handling what you need to handle in the meantime, you can come back to Tekken with a fresh mind, with a new perspective, and get back into the game. A lot of people, myself included, tend to overlook this. We just think, all right, it's just me continuing to mess up. It's me continuing to make fucking issues, right, that are very fixable. Because, you know, even after a match, I know y'all have probably done this too, where you're like, you knew the more optimal punish in your head, where you're like, I should have gone for a low instead of the mid. I should have, you know, just popped a rage art instead of just trying to bully my way through an opponent's offense or something like that. Like small, minute changes like that. You're not thinking rationally because you're so hungry. You're just like, I need to get this match out of the way, and you might try to run another one. You know, who knows what the problem might be. Sometimes you just need to take that break. Even if it's not a food break, even if you gotta step away because, like I said, I get angry playing Tekken. Sometimes I just need that step away. I'm not saying you gotta get off for the night, but maybe just take a couple seconds, right? Tilt Q is a thing, which is gonna lead me to my third point. These next few are a couple that, I'll be honest, I feel like I've already conquered, but I feel like a lot of newcomers or a lot of new players may not think about when it comes to fighting games just in general. Oh, let me switch to, but are some things that I even had problems with, obviously, but I feel like other people would benefit from me talking about before we get to the last point. First things first, what are you looking at on your screen? All right, I'm gonna put my mouse right here. Where are you looking? For me, I was kind of looking in this central area, right here. Because if I'm just looking in the middle, you see how I'm getting hit by a lot more stuff, right? I'm getting hit by like everything. All right, we're not here for combos, right? That's if I'm looking at the middle of my screen. Now, instead of looking in the middle, look at the opponent, right? This is kind of like a 2-for-1. Always look at what your opponent is doing and be intentional with what it is you're doing. Of course, it's going to be a lot easier for you to follow just watching when you're not playing, but when you're playing, it's way easier for you to always be looking at the character. Like right now, I'm not even looking at my character, but I know what buttons I'm pressing. And I have a general idea of how far away I am, so that if I start with this, right? I knew I was far away enough to punish that, compared to if I'm looking at the middle of the screen, I don't know what he's throwing out. I don't know if he's getting ready to prep a low, a mid. I'm basically doing more guesswork for myself by not paying attention to what the enemy is doing. Right? That's the perfect example. His move didn't come out, but the fact that I was paying full attention to him and his movements, I saw him crouch to jump up, I threw a forward 2 out. It could have traded, it could have missed, he could have hit me first. But because it seemed like it had a slow startup from him like trying to jump to do whatever move he was throwing out, I just went straight for the forward 2. I ended up beating him out in that interaction. A couple of these matches down here where it's just looking like whatever, just random 0-3s. Like I might have won the set by a landslide, but some of these matches where it just seems like I'm just lose streaking, just 1, 2, 3. All right, where's another one? Just random matches that should have been won. I could have kept a streak going. Like let's say right here, I got a 2 streak here, and then got another one. Had I won this match right here, I would have been fine. I would have had a 5-win streak going into whatever else I was playing. But because I was hungry, or because I was tilt queuing, I'm making irrational decisions in the match, right? Matches like this where it's 2-3, I probably could have won this a lot easier. And the match where it's 3-1, I already beat him the first game. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could have done the same thing. Something happened here where I was too irrational, too angry, whatever the case may be. And even now, me discussing it, I'm discussing it with a clear mind. In the moment, I'm not worried about whether I'm tilt queuing or not. Think about it from your personal perspective. If you're in the middle of a match or you're running ranked, this don't even pertain to just Tekken either. You might do this in a shooting game. You might do this in any other game that has a competitive setting, right? You might not be worried about, oh, I'm tilt queuing. Let me chill out. Let me get off the game right now. Let me right? Sometimes you just want the ego re-queue. That's what I'm gonna call it. Sometimes you just re-queue because I shouldn't have even lost like that. Those players were trash. That, you know, you get to talking trash because you lost, and I mean, who wouldn't, right? You're just like, I shouldn't have lost that. There were so many ways I could have won that. Even in your head, you're like, I could have done this, could have done that. I could have just ran around the back and shot him. I could have just kept grabbing more because they weren't breaking grabs. Whatever the case may be, you're not thinking rationally when you're angry, when you're hungry, when you're not in your right mind. For those that might drink or smoke while playing Tekken, if that's how you get down, I'm not here to judge you. But you get the point. You're not making the same decisions when inebriated or angry or hungry compared to if you're playing all comfortable conditions, you're locked in, you're in the zone, right? You're not making the same decisions. So that break might be necessary. Now, like I said, these are things that I know I personally struggle with. If you think you don't be having these same problems, or you think you are just perfect when it comes to Tekken, my fault. I know you's like that. This don't have nothing to do with you. You can keep scrolling or find another video to watch. I got plenty of videos on this channel, or just shorts for you to enjoy me playing the game. But if you genuinely feel like you are having similar issues, or maybe even the exact same issues, or you've just never thought about getting better or the process of improvement in this manner, let me know in the comments. Let me know if this helped you or not. Let me know if this gave you a new frame of mind when it comes to playing Tekken. I honestly appreciate the input, but these are just some things I struggle with. I figured, like I said, I have not fully gotten over it. I'm still struggling with a lot of these, to be honest, but I figured maybe I can help somebody else out while trying to help myself out when getting better at Tekken, or Multiverses dropping in a couple weeks. Even if you don't play fighting games, just enjoy playing competitive games. Hopefully this can help you in some way, shape, or form. But I'm gonna stop rambling. I'll throw something up probably over here, some other videos I have if you want to watch them. But I appreciate you for sticking around if you watch the whole video, and we'll see you in the next one.